today I'm going to be showing you another awesome card trick and tutorial. As usual, credit to Cardtrix for this one. This was a really cool one, so I figured I would show it to you guys. So we do the performance as usual, and then the tutorial will come after. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking. Let's just get into this pretty neat trick. So I will give the deck a shuffle just to make sure that there's no possible way that I can know the order of these cards. And I also don't want the spectator to know the order, just so everything is completely classified to both me and the spectator. So now that the cards are all mixed up, I need one card to help me out with this trick. Now, we're not just going to use any card. We are going to use the Ace of Spades. Now, why do we use the Ace of Spades, you ask? Well, the Ace of Spades is no doubt the most powerful card in a deck of playing cards. So, it's only appropriate if we use the Ace of Spades. So, we'll take the Ace of Spades and we'll set him off to the side. We don't need him just yet. We will get back to it shortly. Now, I need the spectator to select the card, so I'm going to dribble down. Just say stop whenever you like. Stop right here. Alright, perfect. Now, in this case, they have selected the Jack of Spades. They really could have selected any card. They could sign it if they want. Doesn't really matter. So now, we will take your card, and we will get it completely lost in the center of the deck. So now, your card is completely lost within the pack. But now, what we're going to do is give the cards a couple of cuts, just to make sure that it is further lost into the pack of playing cards. So now from here, I'm going to take the Ace of Spades, and I'm going to throw it into a random place in the deck of cards. So let's just do this now. Boom, and okay, it's stuck in there just barely, but boom, took us a second try, but there it is. The card is now stuck in the deck, and now we will take it where it is and square it up, just like that. And now let's see where the Ace of Spades happened to land. So if we spread out the deck, you'll see right there is the Ace of Spades. And it landed next to one card. And it should have been your selection. The Jack of Spades. So anyways, guys, that is the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So now let's get straight into the tutorial. Alright guys, hopefully you stuck around for the tutorial. Sorry I've been off for about a week. I think it's been a week between my past two videos now. Sorry, my schedule has just been really tight, so I haven't had too much time to upload tricks. But now I finally have the free time, so of course I figured I'd bring you guys a really, really cool trick that I absolutely love. Now, there's a few reasons why I like this one. Because this one is not that difficult to do. I'd say maybe intermediate. It's really not that hard. And it's just a quick little powerful trick. And I think it's a good opener. Because this is a good trick I think you can open with when you're starting like a little routine. And then you can get into the more deadly tricks later on. But this one just packs quite the punch in the beginning. So now let's get into how to do this. So, you are going to need a few things to do this. You're just going to grab any deck of playing cards. Any deck will work. I'm using my Bicycle Ghost deck, but again, you can use whichever deck you choose. Then, what you're also going to need is you are going to need a gimmick. You are going to need a double-backed card. So, this is a card that has a back on both sides. Now, I happen to have one on me. But now, if you do not have a double-backed card at home, you can take two cards and some double-stick tape, and you can just stick them together with double stick tape. And do not worry, guys, this will not ruin the cards. All you have to do is pull the cards apart, remove the tape, and your cards are fine. There will be nothing wrong with them. So if you have a double backer, great. If not, just tape two cards together and you can do this trick. Now, the second thing you're also going to have to do is you need to pick out any card in the deck as your helper card. Now, this has no effect on the trick whatsoever. You can use any card you want. I chose the Ace of Spades because it's quote-unquote the most powerful card in the deck, but you can use any card in the deck. You can use the Ace of Hearts, the King of Hearts, Queen of Spades. Use whatever card you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable. So now here is how you're going to start this trick. What you need to do is take the double backer, and you're also going to just put that on top of the deck. Now, your helper card. This can be anywhere in the middle of the deck, but now there's only one place where it cannot be. It cannot be second from the top. Your helper card cannot be second from the top, because when you're spreading through the deck, and you say, alright, I'll pull out my Ace of Spades, then if it's second from the top, then obviously, when you take it out, you're going to flash that double backer, and you do not want to do that. So, what you want to do with the Ace of Spades is keep it maybe I prefer putting it toward the bottom of the deck, because the further near the bottom your helper card is, then the less likely you are to flash the double backer, because you don't have to spread too far. So just keep the ace of spades somewhere near the bottom of the deck and you should be fine. So now come out with the deck, and then you can shuffle the cards up as much as you want, as long as you keep that double backer on top of the deck. So give it as many shuffles and cuts as you want. Just keep that double backer on the top, like I said. And then also, if you want, you can do those false cuts, just to do anything you want. And then these false cuts just make it look like you're mixing up the deck, but you're really not. And you're just keeping the top card intact. So again, do whatever you want to do with the deck, as long as you keep that double backer on top of the deck. Now you're going to say, I need a helper card. So obviously, whatever helper card you prearrange in advance, just spread through the deck and find it. So you say, I'll use the ace of spades. So now let's pull it, see if I can find it. Now that this may happen, guys, sometimes when you do shuffle the cards, it will end up moving toward the top. You should be fine. Again, as long as it's not second from the top, you should be fine. So just pull out your helper card, the ace of spades, and just set it off to the side. And now just flip the deck over and be like, I bet you I know why. Well, I bet you you're wondering why I want to use the ace of spades. Now, you're going to kind of, as you're saying that, gesture your hand like this, because you need to get a pinky break below the top card right here, which, of course, is the double backer. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to do a push-off pinky break. You're just going to push off the top card, pull it back, and then catch a pinky break right there. Now, this is not as hard as it looks. It's actually pretty simple. You're basically taking your thumb and pushing over the top card. Now, I'm exaggerating the push over. You're never going to push it over this far, because if you do that, then the spectator's obviously going to see that clear as day, and they're going to be like, what are you doing? So I'm just exaggerating the push off for tutorial purposes. So you push off the card, and now the card is beveled against these fingers, so when you pull it back, you'll naturally catch a pinky break right there. So again, you push off and then catch the pinky break. My push-off pinky break may be a little off in this tutorial because this deck is somewhat sticky, so the top card is a little bit sticking, but you guys get the general idea. Now, in performance, when you're in a performance, it's going to look something like this, just barely a little bit of a push. And even that, again, was just a tiny bit exaggerated just for tutorial purposes. So again, just push off the top card, pull it back, and then catch that pinky break right there. So now, once you have the pinky break, you can just square up the deck just a little bit more to keep the deck nice and even, and you're going to say, alright, we'll take the ace of spades and set it off to the side. Now, you're taking the ace face up, and you're setting it on top of that break, and then you're going to do a double lift from here. Just take the cards and flip 2 cards over as one, just like that. And then you say, alright, we'll take the ace and set it off to the side, but in reality, this is now the double backer that you're setting down, and be careful not to flash the other side, because obviously if they see a different back, they're going to know something's up, so just be careful not to flash the card. Pretty simple from there. So they think the ace of spades is here, but in reality, your double backer's here, and you have the ace of spades sitting on top of the deck. Now, you need the spectator to select a card, and the way you're going to do this is just dribble down and let them say stop whenever they want. Now, this truly is a free choice. They can really say stop whenever they want. So you can riffle down the deck with your thumb, or you can dribble down like I did. So just dribble. They say stop right here, and you can. It's okay if you see the card. It really doesn't matter. So you can say, all right, in this case, you have selected the 3 of hearts. You can let them sign the card if they want. Like I said, in the performance, it really doesn't matter how you go about doing this trick. Now, just flip the card back over. Now, you're going to take these cards and say, alright, we'll get the card lost in the deck, and you're going to dribble the cards on top. But you actually just got yourself a break right where the card is, as you can see. Now, how do you do this? You're going to say, alright, we'll get the cards lost. Now, you're going to dribble all of these cards on top of their selection. But you're not going to dribble just flat on top. You're going to start a little toward the back. You're going to dribble toward the back and then work your way down to the front. So you start back here with the dribble and work your way down to the front just like this. Because what that does, I'll give you a view from here. You can see what that does. It leaves this portion right here sticking out. That obviously that marks where the card is. So all you're going to do is when you're squaring this up, you're just pushing up as you square. and that gives you a natural thumb break, which you're then going to convert to a pinky break, as so, and then boom. From there, you have an easy break on their selection. And if you're too scared that you're going to mess that up, you can simply just say, all right, here's your card, and then you can just set the packet down as a pinky break. But I feel like it's a little more convincing if you start the dribble in the back and then just square the cards up with the dribble, and then of course you have your break on the card like that. So just practice that and make it look good. You can play with your angles in a mirror, and then once you perfect that, the trick should be smooth sailing. Okay, so now you have your pinky break right where the card is. You also need a break on the top card, which is the ace of spades. And the way you're going to do that is you're just going to come over, lift up the top card slightly, and then your ring finger is just going to hold that portion. So you're holding two breaks right now. A pinky break right there by their selection, and then a little ring finger break right here where the ace of spades is. Now you're going to do something called a Brownie reversal. And now how do you do this? I'm going to show you how. A Brownie reversal is kind of like a double undercut, except when you take the cards below the break, you're flipping it on top instead of just cutting it to the top. Pretty simple, right? So what you're going to do is now come over with your opposite hand and get hold a thumb break now on this top card. So now you're taking that bottom break where their card is. Now you're going to flip it over and move it to the top while maintaining this thumb break. So you take this packet, flip it over on the top. Again, make sure you maintain that thumb break. Do not drop that break. And then you're going to take all the cards below that break and flip it over to the top just like this. Now, I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory, so if you're still confused somehow, just rewind the video and watch it a few times. You'll get it within like a few minutes. Now, after you do that, the trick is basically done, because now on the bottom of the deck, or the top, depending on how you want to look at it, it's the ace of spades right next to their selection. So all that's left to do from here is take the cards and just cut them. So now you'll have this in the middle, the ace of spades right next to their selection. But now you have the deck face up, and the trick is already pretty much done. And now just say, alright, we'll take the ace of spades. Again, they still don't know this is the double backer, so make sure you don't flush it. And you're going to say, we'll toss it somewhere in the deck. So now just riffle down, but you want to keep this angled toward you when you riffle it, because I'll go slow. If you notice, when you go through, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, I think I just saw it right there. That face down card can actually flash, so you don't want them to see that. So keep the riffle toward yourself and say, I'll toss this in the deck randomly, and just kind of toss it in. And if you want, because in the performance I think I riffled too fast, so just do a slow riffle, just toss it in and then riffle down. So you're tossing it in the random place, but make sure it's somewhere near the center, just so it looks realistic. So now just square everything up just like that. Again, the trick is over now, but if you spread the cards face up, there's going to be two face down cards. There's going to end up being the ace of spades and the double backer, and obviously that would not make sense to the spectators, so do not spread face up. So that's why when you throw the card in, square it up, you're going to flip it face down, and then you can spread the cards. Because remember, you used a double backer for this. So since it's a double backer, you can't see a double backer face up because there's only back, so that it camouflages in the deck and the spectator does not notice a thing. So you can spread through and say, okay, the ace of spades happens to be there, but we all know we really threw in the double backer at the end. Remove everything above the ace of spades, and then everything below these two, because this card right next to it is their card. So just remove everything below it, and then from there, they can look at the card, you can show them, just do whatever you want, but they'll be amazed when they see that the ace of spades landed right next to their selection. So anyways, guys, that is the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Make sure to leave a comment below, like this video, and of course subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. I'm still struggling to hit that 100 subscriber goal, but I understand how it is being a small YouTuber. It does take a while to grow. I'm not a big YouTuber where I'm going to get hundreds of subs every day, so it takes patience, but I know you guys will come through for me. So yeah, when it comes to magic, follow your dreams. I will see you guys in the next one. Cardtrix 8 signing off. Peace out, boys.